Today's energy is brought to you by Coors Banquet. Alright, so the plan for today is we are going to put a living setup in this car. So here's the car. Now the plan is to remove these seats and then put a bed back here. It'll be flush with this section here. So the plan is to put two sets of drawers in, one here and then one here. On top of that will then be the sleeping pad. So I'm going to put just a plank of wood, and then I'll sleep on top of that with my sleeping pad, and then just make a little bedroll for there. And then I'm hoping for either one of the sides, maybe both, to have shelves and just more room for equipment. So over here on the ground, we're going to take exact measurements of the car, more or less, and then tape them out on the ground, and then take from the gear table everything that I kind of want together and in one organizer, and then tape it out and kind of place every piece and start to decide where I want drawers at, where I want shelves at, and things like that, and how they're all going to connect together, how it's going to connect into the car. So we're gonna, like Mark Watney said, we're gonna science the shit out of it. Alright, so for this part, I'm going to use this piece of cardboard here, and I'm going to trace it into this corner so I can get the contour that I want with the piece of wood that I'm going to put in there. Alright, so we now have officially the back drawer panels in. Well, not the panel for the drawers, but we have the top support where the bed's going to be. So it's all supported down here, so this whole piece will lift up. It is going to be hinged on that support there. And underneath, we've just gone for some basic block framing. Nothing too serious. But as you can see, it just sits right on this inner frame piece. And then the plan for it is, so at some point, hopefully it never happens, but if I ever have to get to the spare tire, the plan will be that I will pull out the drawers, set them aside, and then this entire thing will lift up, and it'll be hinged up there, and then I can get to the spare, and then I'll lay it back down, and that'll be that. Alright, we'll check in later. Hopefully we're going to pull the car out now, and then start setting up kind of some gear area on the ground, and figuring out where I want what to go where. And then we'll keep building out. We will extend this platform all the way forward. And then that platform is going to end right about here. There's going to be kind of trap door here, one there, and one here. And those will just be panels that I can just lift up, and then gear will be inside. So I'll just move the bedroll back or whatever to get to gear in there. And then up here, because my head is going to go right about here, it is, I think I need 70, I don't remember, like 74 inches to sleep comfortably enough. And 74 inches is like right there. So the plan is I'm going to make a little piece that folds forward. So it'll fold forward like that, and then have a little support that folds out down into the ground. And that way I can move that seat back to drive while I'm driving and moving, but then when I want to sleep in it, move the seat forward, fold the headrest forward, and I have a perfect little place to sleep. What's up, Scouts? The energy for this afternoon is brought to you by Shock Top. Huge fan of Shock Top. I love it. It's delicious. It's just really any of the Belgians are just delicious, but big fan. And it's orangey, and it's nice out. So, you know. And it's a celebration because so far, this is what we have done. So, I still need to make each of the drawers, which are the kitchen drawer and then the gear drawer. And then the plan is right here I'm going to put in a shelf system. And then on that shelf system will go everything in this corner of the table. That is my backpack, boots, a lot of fishing gear, and then a lot of clothes. All my clothes I plan to put in the shelf system. So I think that is going to cover maybe up to about here, perhaps, and then the rest will be hinged and it'll lift up so I can get to the spare tire under there. Then if we come in the side door, we have this is where the hinges will be on this line here. Then in here will be a trap door that's cut out. There'll be one half here and then another on the other side. And then inside of there'll be one compartment here, one compartment there. Those compartments will be, this is just automotive maintenance and such, and just kind of things for the car and tools for, you know, whatever's going to happen, because, you know, it always happens. And then this side here is this backpack, which is full of some other tools and such, and then an extra sleeping bag, my wool blanket, tarp, another tent, and then my sleeping pad. And then on the floor of the car will go my cot, some storage tank, some storage ammo cans, and my fly rod holder. So that stuff will run just right in there. And then, most important part, the cooler. So I'll get her fashioned down with some ties, and then that will sit over the other trap door. But whenever I need to get into it, I will just unhook it and get in. So that's probably the side that all the automotive stuff will go into, because hopefully I never have to pull it out. But, well, it's just never that easy. So hopefully we don't have to, but we'll see what happens. What's up, Beer Scouts? So, just a quick update on what I've been doing. It is now the third day of the build. And hopefully we can get almost everything done tonight. It's 9 o'clock, but you know, late nights is what it is. So, we have the back piece done here. It is all carpeted up and ready to go, minus the 2 drawer slides. I have to go buy the slides and then obviously make the drawers for it. So that'll come later this week at some point. And then on the front section, where the back seats used to be, this is what we were working with. So we have both of these holes cut out for gear storage. And right now I am working on just going around and giving all of it, because this is a platform, that's them over there. So they'll set on top of here, so I'm just giving them a little lip to set into. So I'm going to finish up this side, and then I'm going to go around the outside, and I'm going to skirt all of it so that it holds things inside. So I've been skirting with this wood here. It's about an 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch thick, and that is basically just to kind of cover in everything. And just make a nice solid little box that no gear slips out of anywhere, and it looks nice too. And then after that we will go ahead with our carpet over there, and we're going to carpet the whole thing, and then we'll do a final sweep of the car, install it, and then put in our hinges, and that should be that for the night. So I'll keep you guys updated. What is up, Beer Scouts? Miller Lite today. So, you may be wondering where I'm sleeping. And the answer is in my car. So, we have got it all built out now. We have got curtains all around. Lovely beer. The cooler. Then down here we have well, some other stuff. You probably don't care about all of this, but I'll start again from showing you everything. But anyways, so this is my car. It's pretty warm in here right now, so I got to figure that out. Hopefully be able to crack the windows at night and get it pretty cool in here. But yeah, this is the sleeping setup. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you kind of everything from the outside point of view. And I leave in 2 days, so that's exciting stuff. And I'm just trying to get it all ready before we leave. But the car, I think, is officially done. So it's livable. Got sleeping on a comfy bed right now. So cheers. All right, so now I'm going to give you guys a kind of a full tour of the place, and hopefully you guys enjoy it and find it all pretty interesting. Because honestly, I had one hell of a time building it. It was really fun to build, and I learned a lot. And it was nice to kind of design everything the way I wanted it. Because now, especially that I'm going to be living out of it, it's going to be super easy. I'm going to kind of know where everything's at. Everything's going to have, you know, perfect place for it. So it's been fun. So I'll show you guys around. So first, we have the bed. So the bed contains, it's going to be a couple more blankets on top of it when I actually am sleeping in it. But we have this backpacking mat, which will double as my backpacking mat. And then underneath we have just this platform. Now, under the platform, the first thing we're going to start off with is this drawer and that drawer. Alright, so here are the two drawers pulled out. So here everything's kind of organized in a nice or a kind of fashion somewhat. So here is you know, general camping stuff, a tarp, some dry bags, some other stuff. Got a sewing kit in there and some other stuff. Tool chest, water filtration and containment, first aid, and then cooking and fire stuff. And then all the way back here we kind of have some laundry detergent, toilet paper, some gloves, some dude wipes. So that is kind of it for the gear drawer. And then over on the other side we have the kitchen. So the kitchen has a little prep table that pulls in from the bottom. And then here we have our cooktop with some pans tucked in behind there. And then here's the sink. So right now I just have kind of all of the eating and cleaning stuff ready in the sink. But when I'm ready to actually use it, I will unhook this, roll this down, and I have a completely usable sink that I can wash dishes in, wash my hands, anything else. I put in a paper towel roll, and then here's the rest of the propane for the cooking stove. Now for the propane, the line runs, you can't see it, but it runs right out of here. So I moved it in to the wash basin, and then there you can see the black, ran it along the inside, popped out the other side, and here's where it sits on a little hook. And then when I'm ready to use it, it'll sit over here on the propane tank. So inside of the actual cabin, we have, first of all, this little kerosene lantern. It's strapped into the wall here. So that I can pull out and I'll mount it right up here. So it'll hang down. I need to put in a hook for that, but that'll hang down. It'll give me light kind of while I'm cooking or anything like that out of the back. I will not be running it while I'm inside. That's dangerous. Never do that. That's not safe at all. It's a live flame in there, so don't ever do that. For those of you who worry. In here I have this is the fishing cabin. So here I have a fly reel, my vest, and then some waders and stuff in the back. Here's just a really long fly rod tube that I haven't yet figured out what to do with it. It might just sit here. I don't know. And then we have just some empty ones as well. These two are empty. At some point I'll put something in them, or they'll hold more gear, or who knows. They're there though. Always available for holding anything I might need. That is, you know, the goal of this is to not clutter up anything. I mean, it's a tight fit for sure. Not a whole lot of space. This SUV is on the smaller side of SUVs, So, you know, we're making do with what we have, but the goal is really not for everything to be cluttered. I want everything to kind of have a home, have a space, and that'll just kind of keep the clutter down, and it'll be easy for me to find everything because everything will have a home. So all that to say, in here we have my little library. I have a couple books, so a Dan Brown book, and then some fishing books on the other side, and then my personal journal here, handmade leather journal, so that I will be kind of writing about all of my experiences this summer, and then some hats. Up here we just have general kind of storage for some stuff. We have some we have a flask. This is binoculars, compass, and then some dry containment spots there. And then in here we have, this is kind of the electronics cabinet. So we have a charger, we have a Garmin. You gotta have a Garmin. We're gonna be backcountry, middle of nowhere, grizzly country, no cell service. So if you ever plan on doing this, it's kind of expensive, but it's worth it. Get a Garmin, keep yourself safe. And then also up here we have headlamp, some GoPro stuff, and then of course it's not a trip without the Star Wars DS. So I think in there I think I do have Star Wars Lego The Complete Saga. So hopefully gonna just game the crap out of that and become a star. I don't know. We got a lot of time and a lot of things to do, so we'll see. Also, the other one of the most important things you got to do while you're out, again, in grizzly country, bear spray. Gotta have bear spray. People like to say, and I like it too, is spray, don't slay. So, you know, spray the bear with bear spray, don't kill it. I am going to be carrying guns with me for protection because I don't want to die or get mauled by a bear. But first is always bear spray. If you spray it, chances are they'll run away, not bother you anymore. So, bear spray. Always carry it. It's good for you. And it could definitely save your life. That is for sure. Back here we have a couple pots and stuff like that. We have a fishing net, some rags, things like that. And then around this side, so here we have a little compartment. In here I have just about everything for camping wise. Wool blanket, tent, hammock, straps, another tarp, another sleeping bag. And then up here, this was probably my favorite part of the whole build. It was just cool, very helpful as well, but it was just cool to kind of engineer it and make it all work. So up here I have the headrest. So the headrest works by, you slide the seat forward, and then I put this little bar down here as a support, and then this bar I cut, and also one up here, and then I cut this to fit the wedge. Here's another one I have cut. So both sides are wedged like that. So they perfectly fit into here, and they give me another 10 inches of support. So that gives me, first of all, a place to put my head, which of course you gotta have. And then second of all, it just gives me a couple inches of room for my legs, and it just makes it a little bit more comfy. And well, I'm gonna be living out of it, so I want a little bit more comfy. Up here at the front, I've also made curtains for everything, as you saw in the beginning of the video. So here, and then I put also little magnets on them, so that when this one comes together and that one back there, as well as on the far side, they snap together. It just kind of closes the line, keeps it a little bit more private inside. So I have this Velcro down here, and then I used just paracord across the whole thing, kind of all around the vehicle. So that is my curtain system. It's nothing crazy fancy. It is very rudimentary, but it allows for curtains, just a little bit of privacy if I'm sleeping in my car in like a Walmart parking lot, and that's always nice. And they'll keep some of the sun out, but mostly just for privacy. And they're pretty easy to move around and just kind of get situated whenever I want to sleep in the car. So up front, or on the driver's side in the back, down here on the floor we have cast iron cooking stuff for when we're cooking over the fire. And then you can't see it really well, But back here we have some fly rods stored, and then on the other side we have a couple pairs of shoes, hiking boots, some water shoes. Just that's kind of the shoe storage. Best place to put them out of the way. It's on the carpet, so if they get muddy or whatever, not that big a deal. Back here we have the chair. This pulls out pretty easy. Very comfortable chair. It was like $3 at Goodwill. Nothing crazy fancy, but it's comfortable. And if it's super light, and it's aluminum frame, so it's super light, and if it gets destroyed, I have no really connection to it, so not too worried about it. Back here, it's not strapped in at the moment, but the cooler is strapped in. I'll pull this chair out of the way. So the cooler is usually strapped in, and then inside I'm gonna have just whatever I'm eating for the week. Hopefully some bacon, eggs, sausage, things like that. We go hard for breakfast because breakfast is the most important meal of the day. So, you really got to chef it up for breakfast, but also, got to eat. So we're gonna chef up every meal and make it absolutely delicious. And I'm excited to bring those recipes to you guys and have you guys watch me cook delicious meals. Hopefully, many of them over the fire or on the cooking stove in the back. But that'll be really fun to show you guys in the coming months and the coming videos. And then let's see, under the cooler we have it's pretty empty right now. I'm kind of working on consolidating some stuff and making a little bit more room and moving some stuff around. But in here is vehicle maintenance. So we have some traction mats down there. This is a gas hose for the propane stove, a socket set, tow cable, windshield cleaner, and then we also have a big box full of, there's a shovel in there, some ratchet straps, anything else, jumper cables, anything that would just vehicle maintenance like that will all go in there. The last part of the car, which this was super nice, it was given to me by my neighbor, super helpful. I wasn't sure how I was going to store all this stuff, but up top in here I have an old World War II cot in here that I got at Goodwill as well. So that's nice, just a comfy little sleeping cot. And then I also have a bigger, larger backpack for any of the longer day adventures I'm going to have. And then that is also packed with all my cold weather gear, so coats, jackets, things like that. And then I also have an extra pair of waders back there for fishing or for mucking or anything I get myself into. And then I also have my tool chest up there, so that has just kind of all my rudimentary tools, some pliers, just kind of anything in general, hammers, anything you might need, electrical tools, just the super kind of basic stuff that I might maybe need at one point or another. But that's about it. So I will leave you guys here, but we'll pick up probably next on the road. So like I said, I'll leave in 2 days. Haven't figured out how I'm going to get there yet, but I will let you guys know when I'm on the road next time I see you. So Beer Scouts, have a lovely day. Go outside, even if it's just around your neighborhood. Get a little adventure in. It's good for you. Smell the roses, see the sky, get some sun on your face, and have a great day.